So we spent a little time at the range picking up some brass, and I got a bunch of 556 brass. It's dirty and nasty, as you can see. Deprimed it all. I'm in the process of annealing it right now. See, you gotta watch this sucker, dude. See, it just did it. It will jam up on you if you're not watching. But I'm gonna anneal these, and then we're gonna wet tumble them in some stainless steel pins and see how clean we can get them. Remember, and it's nasty. Here's our tumbler bin. There's our media down in there. It is a Frankford Arsenal. And we're going to load this bad boy up. Now that you get the drift, I'm going to put this camera down. Try to do it like this without making too much of a mess. Only dropped a handful. And now I'm going to go fill it up with water, and we'll be back in a sec. So I would typically do the first run with just some Dawn for about an hour. But I have to run to town and pick up a few things, and these are nasty, so I'm going to do the first run, and I'm going to set it for 3 hours with just a little bit of Dawn in it and the pins, and just let it run while I'm gone. So I'm not gonna put much. Dawn don't take much. And one thing you need to do is make sure this is clean and this gasket is clean. Sometimes the pins will get in there, and if that happens, she's gonna leak. Just screw it down tight. And I just have it sitting on the floor out here under the carport in case it. And we're gonna set it for 3 hours. Just let it roll while I go to the store. We'll be back in a bit. Alright, so we're back from doing everything, and I completely forgot to turn the camera on, but I dumped the water that was in there, filled it back up, and put about a half a teaspoon of Lemmy Shine and just a big dollop of Armor All wash and wax with the carnauba wax. I'll show you that stuff over here. This is the Armor All wash and wax, and that's the Lemmy Shine, and that's horse food. I decided to do all this outside today because it's about 100 degrees. All right. we are gonna open this guy up. Oh, I've yet to step on one of those little pins, but I'm betting it feels good. Screw this top down, and this is the top, but you see it's got a hole with a screen, so I just like to dump my water through there. Ooh, that water's nice looking, huh? That way if any pins do come out, I'll catch them. So that's enough of that. This guy is really good for picking up pins. Now we'll open this up completely. And you got to be a little careful. If you just dump, pins go everywhere. So you gotta kind of just slowly pour it. Can already see, ooh, throwing pins everywhere, that they came out nice. And we have to lock the lid here, and then this go anytime. You can't go hog wild turning it. You gotta just go slow. I like to go forwards and backwards and forwards again. That should be good. And then we'll relocate this over by the dryer. Alright, so I got my dryer, which is crazy. All it really is a food dehydrator. But it works well for drying this stuff off. The air movement plus the heat. Just pile them in there. I do know some of y'all are seeing these soap bubbles, and they'll be like, there's soap on there. Well, when it dries off and I size them, they're going to get lube all over them. They're going to get lube all over them. And then they'll get wiped off again. that is something that bothers you, then you could leave that little grill on the bucket and fill it with water, flush it, fill it with water, flush it. So all that goes away. So basically, once you get it in, you just put the lid on, and there's a dial. I just kind of keep it about halfway. That's between 120 and 130. But there's no on-off switch, so it just comes on when you plug it in. All right, so that's pretty much it. Basically, you put the lid on it, and you plug it in, and it doesn't have an on-off switch. That's about where I set it. I see a lot of people put a timer on there. I bought one, but it was the wrong kind of timer, so didn't work. It was a dusk till dawn timer. So we're gonna let those dry. I also have a Harbor Freight small tumbler with some 300 blackout and about 25 300 Win Mags in the dual tumbler to see how that one works. So now we took it all out of the dryer, and that's some good looking brass there, boy. Try it yourself.